Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Superstar PartyPlex FPS. This is Bird Watching You. My name is Mira, and I will be playing James Thomas-Wright today. With me is the very wonderful.
Hi, I'm Zen, and today I will be playing Bailey Avalon, better known to most of you in the audience as the Rainbow Rabbit, aka Rara, but very, very few people in universe know her as that. In fact, just Nova. But that might change today. We'll see.
Uh-huh. I I wiggle nervously and excitedly.
We'll see what happens.
Yep, he sure is built for this. He is an investigative rogue, so we should get some things. We should get some things. Hopefully, if the dice are not mean to us. Okay, all right. It is the day shift at the PartyPlex, and normally James is when it's day shift, uh, and he hasn't had a few night shifts roll around. He will be working as a part of the pizza team in the kitchens. But today's a little bit different. And Zen, do we want to do what we discussed in DMs, or do we want it to be something else for
I,
how he decides?
I, I, oh, that. Oh, it can be. Mm, it
Like,
can
not
be.
enough to like, yeah, okay, just because like I will say like however he rolls, it'll just be enough for him to be like, I'm concerned.
Hmm. Why bother
Like
rolling
this is
then?
weird.
If the outcome is
Yeah,
predetermined, it can just be a thing that happens.
true. That is true. And this is an FPS. We can do that.
Hmm. Yee, I say so. My word is final.
It is. It truly is. Ugh, all hail the mighty DM Zen.
Yeah.
Anyways, so James is in the kitchen and he's working, but there are a few boards, I imagine, that have kind of like notices from the security to the kitchens just on what to watch out for with kids who might have had a ban or something because of
Yeah.
misbehavior.
I mean, not exclusively messages from security, but like messages from management from other departments. Like the kitchen manager
Yeah.
has probably got one that's like, please stop leaving like pizzas on the floor because the staff bots keep tripping over them or something. That one's
The
just always
James
pinned to the
Muse.
middle of the board.
The James Muse, when he first read that one, was is horrified. He's like, "What?"
I don't know, it's a Toon Kitchen. Pizzas get
It is
dropped.
a tune. It does. It is a tune kitchen. It's just James has
James grew up in Grimdark
his.
City. There weren't
Yeah,
silly pizza shenanigans.
there were sadly not very many pizza shenanigans. The pizzas were more likely to explode than be shenanigans. That's what you get when you have very spicy, toxic pepperoni. I don't know. It's like one of the rogues did something to the pepperoni plant. Anyways, so yeah, there's notices from different kinds of management, security being happening to be one of them, and James kind of just casual, like it's the beginning of his shift. He will keep an eye on it just to see if there's anything he needs to know about the kitchen, what needs to happen in the kitchen, what affects the kitchen, and then he stops for a moment and just kind of squints at the page,
Mhm.
at this board, because has he seen that handwriting before?
Yeah, I mean, Child Crossing wasn't terribly long ago, so there might still be a note up about like, hey, attempted kidnapping, be on the lookout for these two rabbits from none other than the head of security, Bailey.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna roll hammer space to see if he actually manages to pull out his phone while not in his pocket. Okay. He does manage to pull out his phone and he just kind of spends a second really quickly flipping through photos, squints a little bit at the photo that he has, looks back up at the note. Unfortunately, I imagine the photo is kind of like the JPEG's a little degraded, so he doesn't know for sure.
Mm-hmm. You want to
But
describe for the listeners what this is a photo of?
it is a slightly blurry photo of the message that Rara had left for the party that was dragged into the chaos of when problems intersect. And that's that was a message from Rara to some of the security team and also just the poor employees who decided they wanted to help.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically a statement of intent. I don't have the message with me right now, but
Oh, I do. I can pull that up pretty quickly.
oh, that's a good point. But like I'm imagining that the note is still legible enough to be read, but not quite enough to actually know if this handwriting is the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the note, just for the audience listening, is green and it's got Rylan. It's a Rylan merch stationery.
Mm-hmm. With a long note from Rara and a little note from Hairwire at the bottom.
And I'm sure we'll edit this in
Mm-hmm.
with the
Oh, yes.
with the video. But yeah, I do jazz hands. James knows enough to be suspicious now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm imagining James looking up and down between the note and the picture, like looking for any obvious dissimilarities. And there's
Because like he's oh,
it's hard
sorry,
to
you
say
speak.
it's hard to say for sure if they're exactly the same, but there's no like super obvious differences between them, like if one of them was in all caps or if one of them was in more cursive or more print. There's sort of in an in-between handwriting state where the letters uh stand on top of each other a little bit. They blend into each other. Not quite full cursive.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's with also with what he kind of picked up from not Bailey, and what he found uh, with Razzie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his suspicion meter was in the orange. Now it's in the red, threatening to break through the meter. And like again, this is all very circumstantial evidence. He doesn't have enough to actually pin her as the Rainbow Rabbit. Oh boy. um, what I'm going to kind of paint is that he kind of sighs to himself, puts his phone back into his hammer space so he doesn't get in trouble, and goes about his job. However, he does like the next day that he has a day shift, that he knows that Bailey is going to also be working during the day, he kind of, I'm imagining like he either calls in sick or talks to Nova about like putting something in the system so it doesn't flag him as being absent necessarily. And then he goes investigating.
Interesting. Where is he gonna go investigating first?
Okay.
You could try using the security cameras to figure out where Bailey is, or you could investigate some of the security offices to check. Bailey probably has her own office as the head of security.
James would probably go to one of the security offices so he can like camera check.
You want to roll investigation for that?
Yes, I do. I was just kind of collecting my thoughts a little.
Nod, nod.
Okay. D20 plus. I need to scroll up. Okay, an 11.
Holy shit!
That is a dirty 29. For the audience.
Yeah, you easily spot Bailey. I mean, she's pretty colorful, but that does kind of blend in around here. But she's not terribly hard to spot. She's like patrolling the atrium around some of the major attractions, sort of walking around, being a presence, keeping an eye on things, it seems.
Okay.
Smiling and greeting guests, all that stuff.
All right. Thinking about what James would do, because he is very much like the outfit he's currently wearing could be, if you take a few certain accessories off, he can pass as somebody who's just visiting the Plex.
What outfit is he wearing? Is he not wearing his normal outfit?
I wiggle my hands a little bit, like it's yes and no. Because he is wearing his new redesign of a hoodie, and the hoodie with the darker red and the black on the sleeves. But but he's not wearing his normal jeans. He's wearing black cargo pants. And but he's got like his customary shoes, and he is wearing kind of biker gloves, like black biker gloves as well.
Nod, nod.
And the two accessories that would make him stand out more right now, if he was starting to tail Bailey, are a vigilante mask that is black with white lenses, and a red kind of ski mask, like not the ones that like robbers wear, but the ones that are more like baklava, that go down and drape around your neck a little bit too.
Yeah,
But he's
what?
probably got the mask kind of pulled around his neck right now, is what he's probably got.
Yeah, because that would be a little bit suspicious to walk around wearing.
Good, especially when you're not in Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's probably not with the mask, but he's got the eye mask specifically. Uh, eye mask is probably in his hoodie pocket, and he's going to tail Bailey. So let me roll stealth.
And I'll roll her. Hmm. Should I roll her perception or use her passive? I'll roll her perception. She's kind of. Check. Yeah. 13. She does not
Oh,
notice James following behind her.
yay!
Mm-hmm.
Also, thank goodness that James has a high modifier for stealth because that was a 7 on the die without modifiers.
His modifier is a plus 12. Oh my gosh.
Rogue expertise.
Oh my gosh. Man.
So yeah, he is subtly tailing Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you want to roll perception or insight, I suppose? See if she's up to anything suspicious?
I'm gonna roll insight because that's the higher modifier. Plus, also, he is going to be observing what her body language is for most of the insight
Yeah.
stuff. That is an 18.
18. Hehehe. All right.
Oh
Yeah.
wow,
That
was that deception? Insight and her deception are evenly matched at an 11,
Yep.
a plus 11.
They really are on equal footing. It's just a matter of who the dice likes more, which in this instance is
Mm-hmm.
James. James.
Apparently so. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as James follows behind Bailey, she's acting friendly. She's smiling and saying hi to various guests and kids, and uh, seems to be quite cheery. She's probably like giving out stickers to some kids or something, with various PartyPlex characters on them. But James, following behind, can tell that, like, her smile is a little strained. She is acting it up and not quite this cheery. Like, she's still happy to be here, but she's sort of playing it up.
Mm-hmm. Fun. He's just like, can he tell with an 18 that she really doesn't like being around kids that much?
Mm, mm, hmm. Yeah, I think I'll give you, like, there's one encounter where, like, she gives a kid like some stickers and they like jump up to hug her, and she sort of like freezes for a moment before having the like, "Aw, like have a great day at the PartyPlex" reaction, and just like, mm, yeah, is
Uh-huh.
is not quite as happy to be dealing with the kids as she would have the kids and everyone else believe.
Not seen, but James is just mentally taking notes. Like he's just sitting here and like in my head just going, "Why are you working here if you really don't like kids?"
Well, I mean, with the 18, he can tell she does like the place itself and is like happy to be here. Just, mm,
children.
The children can be a little annoying, yeah.
Man. But yeah, he's just kind of keeping tabs on her and keeping an eye on if anything else is happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I will specify, you don't get the sense that she like hates kids and can't stand to be around them.
Yeah,
Just like this is a. She also doesn't especially like love kids, want to shape her entire life around working with them.
yeah. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm imagining the impression he gets right now is just she doesn't really know how to deal with kids, so she's just putting on a big front.
Yeah, I feel like that's a valid interpretation to draw from what James is seeing of her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think, let's see, we're still very early on. So I think after she makes like a big loop of the atrium and all of the major attractions that branch off of it, she, steps away to a side door and enters into the employee tunnels.
I will say, like, James's heart starts to pound a little bit more. Because, oh boy, here we go. Okay. Okay, I am going to roll another stealth to see if he can get through the door without her noticing that someone's there.
Mm-hmm.
12. Hit the plus sign.
Oh
That is a dirty
boy!
26.
Yeah, I dare say that beats her 17.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm picturing like Bailey opens the door, steps inside, James waits like a few moments before opening the door and stepping in so that she's hopefully not right by the door.
Yep. Plus, he has been trained by Nightjar. He does know how to open a door silently, even if the door squeaks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so by the time James opens the door, Bailey is like a good few steps down the hallway, walking through the security tunnels and seems to be, just continuing a patrol here, making sure everything's as it should be.
With his dirty 26, he is gonna just kind of keep behind her a little bit. But I am going to roll a perception to see if I can see any. Would it be perception or investigation to see if there are any like rafters or vents to climb up to?
I would say, hmm. I'm leaning towards investigation, but if your perception is better, you could use that too.
Investigation is the better one.
Yeah, use investigation then.
Okay. That is a dirty 30.
Hmm. I mean the staff tunnels aren't entirely finished, so I feel like when you look up there's some open vents. Well, not open, but like there's some
Exposed.
vents, exposed vents, yeah. There's some exposed vents. There's some like bundles of wires and pipes and stuff that haven't been totally covered by the walls. But yeah, there's some vents up there. The issue being that the ceiling is like still pretty high because the animatronics go through here too.
Yeah.
Just a matter of how are you gonna get like 9 feet off the ground to get into that vent.
Parkour.
You wanna roll me an acrobatics?
Yes, I do. That is a dirty 27.
Yeah. Man.
Like, I'm imagining he does like a cool kind of like kick off the walls where like it's like a corner of the wall, so he has like two walls to bounce between to get up there.
Mhm.
And then like with the final bounce, he kind of manages to grab the edge of the vent and then pull himself up.
Yep. Oh. Man, Bailey can't beat that. Acro- I'm kind of tempted to make you roll stealth versus perception again, so.
That's fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another. Okay. Oh, that's a
Oh!
23.
Versus a 24 perception. So, I feel like how this goes is like Bailey happens to be turning a corner right as James ducks into the vent, and she sees something at the entrance of the vent and like stops and looks and like starts walking closer to the vent entrance.
Very quiet shuffle further so the light doesn't catch his shoes.
Mhm. Yeah, she's like shining a flashlight up into the vents.
He is also really quickly pasting his mask back on and pulling his mask up.
Mhm.
Just internally going shit, 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 shit.
Mhm. But I think ultimately she writes it off because, you know, something's in the vents here. She doesn't know about the triplets, but she knows something's in the vents at this point. So she
Uh-huh.
doesn't necessarily track something in the vents to somebody's following me, but to add the weird whatever in the vents again. And then resumes her patrol.
James breathes just the tiniest sigh of relief. That is mainly just a little cartoon cloud. He's just like internally going, I am so out of practice.
I only got a 23 on my stealth roll. Which, to be fair, with a plus 12 is kind of sad, but
Yep.
the result's still impressive.
Uh-huh. Yep, it's just unfortunately that Bailey rolled higher on the
Mhm.
base.
So now that you're crawling around in a metal vent, do you want to roll another stealth?
Yep. Again! 1 point of difference!
Again, Bailey has just one up on you. Which I think, like, James is generally quietly crawling along, but you know, every so often there's like a little bang as you set your knee down harder than you intended, or like a little squeak of your sneaker against the edge of the vent. And like, Bailey glances up, and then, hmm. Bailey like glances up a couple of times. But then, apparently seems to be writing it off and goes into a side room that, you know, it seems like the vent system also leads into.
Oh, James does not trust like that. He is inciting.
Yep.
Damn it!
I mean, she seemed to write off seeing you get into the vent, so maybe she's just, pretty lax about enforcing security in the vents.
Okay. He is very slowly, very cautiously trying to go in to that building, like into that section. But I'm rolling stealth again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a dirty 21 on stealth.
Not
Well,
bad, but
okay. Okay, that's 2 points of difference. Welp.
Bailey's gaining the lead. Roll perception as you enter into this vent.
Okay. +7. 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With a 14, let me roll something myself. Yeah, with a 14, you can tell as you look down from this vent that, like, there's no light coming in from the room below. So it seems Bailey didn't turn the lights on when she came into this room. And in fact, like, from up here, uh, you can't tell if there's anyone in the room down there at all. Not only are you not seeing light, you're not hearing anyone moving around. Uh, doesn't seem to be any activity going on in there. Seems like a dark, empty room.
James is just internally swearing. Okay. Trying to think about what he would do next. Because he either just fell for one of the biggest plays of the book where someone fakes going out somewhere else, or he's just really good at hiding in that spot. And if he jumps down, he's gonna get himself caught.
Mm-hmm.
He's aware enough to know that those are his two options because this is stuff he would do as a vigilante.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you, from your position in the vents, cannot tell if she is in this room or not.
Okay. Gonna roll stealth again, and he is slowly going to back up to the main hallway again in the vents
Mm-hmm.
to see if he can see any of the flashlights and stuff. Okay, that is a 23. Again! Hey,
You want to roll a perception for out in the hallway?
up. Okay, that is a dirty 23.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With a dirty 23, you see. Well, you don't see anyone in the hallway out here. You do notice that the door to that room you just had a little side trip into is still slightly open. It's not shut all the way. In a way that you'd recognize from your vigilante work when you're trying to very, very carefully and quietly shut a door that normally shuts, on a spring-loaded automatic thing.
Mhm.
Sometimes it doesn't wind up closing all the way because that latch is loud, and if you're being gentle with it, doesn't finish closing. So someone has sneaky snuck through the door, trying to keep it quiet. You think. Um,
Mhm.
and also, you know. in the security tunnels and the basements, the cameras can be pretty sparse, but there is a camera a little ways down the hall that appears to be pointed in your direction. So if you were to drop out of the vents here, you would presumably be caught on camera.
With that room, does it connect to anywhere else, or is it still just a single room?
It seems to be just a side room for like storage and stuff. It doesn't, as far as you can tell from like the sign beside it, it's just like storage room C21 or something. It doesn't seem
Mm-hmm.
like the entrance to anywhere else.
Okay. Mainly was just asking because I figured James would have noticed any vents going further out that follow a room.
Mm-hmm. Nope. When you crawled through the vent into that room, I mean, you probably could have followed the vent further, but it would have gone, you know,
Into a
through the
different
wall
place.
into a different place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I think what he's going to do is he's going to move slightly further into the vents, but not far enough that he can't watch the door a bit to see if she comes out.
Mm-hmm. So when you say slightly farther into the vents, you mean towards the side room or towards the direction that Bailey was walking towards
Towards the
before ducking in?
direction, yeah, towards the direction that Bailey was walking before she did the side cut.
Mm-hmm. And keeping an eye on that side door, you said.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Would I be allowed to roll another stealth since I'm moving
Sure.
again?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that is a 14. Okay.
Oh boy.
He is just not having all of the good luck. Like, he had good luck earlier, but then now he's rolling really bad.
Nope. Okay, let me see. Da-da-da-da-da. Hmm. Just checking a couple things. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Hmm. I think, James, you've stayed pretty close to one of the vents leading down that overlooks that doorway, right?
Yes.
So you see, riding off of your high perception roll, as that vent cover shakes a little bit and then is torn loose and falls to the floor. Although you can't see what's actually causing that. Uh, you can
He is
roll
just
another.
going,
Hmm?
fuck, 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 internally. Sorry, what did you want me to roll?
You could roll perception unless you have a course of action that you want James to follow.
I'm going to really quickly look and see if he has any. Uh, okay. Because of the bard subclass that he is, there is a feat, not a feat, what is it called? A feature that he can use called Tumbling Fool. And it's at third level, you master a variety of acrobatic techniques that allow you to evade danger. As a bonus action, you can tumble. When you tumble, you gain the following benefits for the rest of your turn. You gain the benefits of taking the dash and disengage action. And I gain a climbing speed equal to my current speed, which is 30, and then you take half damage from falling.
Okay.
And so he is gonna tumble backwards away from the open gate.
All right. uh. And is he gonna, like, continue crawling away from it, or stop and see what happens, or secret
Basically,
third thing?
disengaging enough to the point that he's not going to be like surprise attacked, and then roll to a stop to see what's happening next, to see if he's actually in danger or if he needs to keep going.
Alright, you wanna roll perception?
Yep. Let me d20 plus 7. That is a dirty 24.
Alright, then you can easily tell that through a bit of the open vent or another vent opening near you, you can now see Bailey out in the hall. Didn't see her earlier, but the door didn't seem to open. And she's standing below the now open vent cover and looking up into it, and then pulls open a nearby janitor closet and starts pulling out a ladder.
Skitter away.
What?
Time to skitter away.
Yep. You want to roll which stealth again?
Stealth. Yep, stealth to see if he can cover his tracks in hiding and getting away. Okay, that is a dirty 29.
Good news, she can't beat that with her perception. Let's just see how bad she does. 16. She's distracted getting the ladder. And it's gonna take her a couple minutes to set that up, in which time I think James can skitter far enough down to make it around a corner and be somewhere else by the time Bailey climbs up the ladder and starts looking around.
I think part of me, like, I think he would replace he would get to a point where he can slip out of the grate, but not enough that it actually, like, leaves behind a trace that he slipped out of the grate, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like a flip out in such a way that you can replace the grate behind you and not
Yeah.
have it be obvious that you came down.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then finding a place in that hallway to hide for a sec.
Well, what I might offer you is the vents, as you crawl around the corner from the vents, there's another side chute off of the vents that goes over a security office if you want to try dropping down into there. The grate cover is, I'm gonna say, already off because Harlequinette established security clown and crawler in the vents. So the cover
Yeah,
is
he's gonna
already,
take advantage of that.
yeah, loose, and nobody's going to find it strange that it's loose, I'll say. So you can drop down into the security room. The door is at the moment open. You have cameras in front of you that you can check, and you can hear around the corner Bailey climbing up the ladder and sort of like the vent shaking a little as she like pokes around. So
James is like sweating.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to find an alternate way out of here? Try to hide in the security office?
I think what he's going to do is he's going to try and hide in the security office.
Now, to paint you a picture of the security breach, security offices, it is a a room the size of a large closet or perhaps a small bathroom. It's got a desk. It's got the computer equipment for checking stuff. There's like a set of desk drawers holding the handcuffs and other security equipment. There's a rolly chair. And then there's the security door, which is a large metal door that is not usually uh
Okay.
closed. So there's not a lot of hiding spots in here. You could tuck yourself under the desk and try to go unnoticed, or you could
Okay,
you know,
I'm
this could be
rethinking my
yeah.
options because
This could be Nova's nice to you. This is a security office with 2 doors, one on either side. Normally not a good thing if you're being hunted down by animatronics, but this gives you options to go into a different hallway that's not where Bailey is. It's close to where Bailey is. She could go through the security office herself to get there, but you're not running straight back at her.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, he would be going out the door that isn't on the side that Bailey was patrolling initially. He's doing it stealthily.
Roll your stealth.
Oh, come on, dice. Don't fail me now. Okay, that is a 26.
You're good unless she gets a nat 20. Yeah. Like, as you sneak out into the other hallway and, like, crouch out of sight, hiding, you can, like, hear Bailey, like, climbing back down the ladder and putting the ladder away, and just, like, huffing and then continuing to walk her patrol route. Walking right past that security office that you ducked through.
Gonna whisper a very quiet thank you, Nova, pat the wall, and then try and follow her again.
Going back up into the vents or just on foot? I will also
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I will also note that you now have a great opportunity to watch her on camera instead, or at least try to.
I think he is going to, like, after he's very sure that, like, she's gone, he will take a look at her, like, on the cameras to see if she's at any points where it would, she would be in a dead spot.
Roll investigation.
Okay, that is a 14 on investigation.
Yeah, I think, like, you flip through some of the cameras, you know, some of them are at weird angles and weird positions, and it's hard to follow where the heck they are and what they're supposed to be looking at. You do catch like a couple glimpses of Bailey on camera as she walks around down here. But yeah, you're having a hard time placing where exactly she is. She's still in the staff tunnels, but you're not sure exactly where. Hard to tell if she's in a dead spot or not.
He's slightly grumpy about that, but will start making his way towards where he last saw her going.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be using the shadows to hide instead of going in the vents at this point.
Roll another stealth.
Jeez, that is another 14.
Oh no.
Dear. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Mm.
um, for the recording, Bailey got a 23 perception against James's 14 stealth. So I think you catch up with around where you saw her on camera last, which is like behind the Archie's Gator Golf exhibit in the staff tunnels in that area. And you have the misfortune of, like, as you're trying to keep up with her, you round a corner just as she rounds the next corner, and she catches a little bit of sight of you and stops in her place.
Disengage, disengage, disengage!
Running back the way he came. There are doors here out onto the, the floor proper, out into the attraction.
Mm.
If you want to take that route, or just in the tunnels. But I think you do, like, as you run back that way, you do hear her calling, like, "These tunnels are for staff only. You shouldn't be back here." And running in your direction.
Oh. Okay. Okay, James, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna... Okay. On one hand, he could go out into the attraction and be surrounded by other people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, James does not have invisibility. He is just a very stealthy rogue. So he could either go out uh into the attraction where hopefully Bailey would be, if she follows, would be conscious of the people around her.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's the whole blending into the crowd possibility.
Yeah. So he could blend in with the crowd again.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, if his suspicions are correct and she is the Rainbow Rabbit, she could take this opportunity to just let him go through the crowd and change into the Rainbow Rabbit. And somebody could get hurt. So I think because of his suspicions, he's going to stick to the tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't want to take that risk.
Okay. How fast is James's movement speed?
His movement speed, let me scroll back up to the top, is 30 feet.
You got anything else you want to use?
I could use my dash action and do... Actually, no, I could... Yeah, I'm going to use my dash action to double my movement speed to 60.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Now I have to delve into the mind of Bailey and how seriously is she going to take this chase. Uh... Because Bailey's movement speed is 40 feet. And
Mm-hmm.
if she chooses to dash too, that's 80 feet. And I think that will easily catch up to James, even though he had a slight head start.
Yep, it definitely would catch up to him.
Mm-hmm. Anyone have the white woman jump scare gif ready? Because, yeah. Yeah, that's, James trying to run away through the security tunnels, and Bailey running after you, and the fuck? Yeah, James, you feel a hand on your shoulder, as Bailey, like, spins you around for a white woman jump scare.
Good thing is he is masked the heck up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am going. Would you say that this counts as a grapple?
Yeah, let's roll grapple. So I
Okay,
roll athletics, and you can do athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Plus
Well, good news
12.
is she rolled terribly.
Oh,
That's a 7 from Bailey and a 31 from James.
the parkour instincts are kicking in. The peregrine instincts.
I'm imagining, like, James feels her hand on his shoulder and just immediately launches into some, like, evasive maneuvers to slip out of it.
Yep. If a goon grabs your shoulder, you get out. You're too close.
This area is off limits to guests. How did you get back here?
Going to let me look at my performance. Really hoping the dice is nice to me because he's going to be deepening his voice to try and not sound like James. Oh, that's a nat 1. Fuck. Okay. He was gonna shoot back a "wouldn't you like to know, weather gal?" But his voice cracks in the middle of it, so she can definitely tell it's James. James, you should have stayed silent. Ugh.
Oh man.
I am so afraid. I am so afraid of what's gonna happen next. Oh no. Uh,
Hmm. I feel like she pauses and, like, tilts her head and is like, "Wait, I recognize that voice."
fuck. And then he's gonna try and disengage and take off.
Uh, oh. Hmm. I feel like you were able to run and take off, and, like, she is no longer chasing you. But, like, a few moments later, you will get a ping on your res watch if you're still wearing it.
He is still wearing it, and he is trying to get back to his station, to where he's supposed to be, quote unquote, working. So if she's trying to, you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you like to roll stealth to see if you can reintegrate back into the kitchen without
yep,
anyone noticing you were gone?
yep, we're rolling. That is a
Dirty
dirty
20.
20.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that works because it's mostly staff bots in here. Like, some of the other chefs might be like, might have vaguely noticed that James went for a break, but, like,
Smoke break.
they're
It's fine.
busy. Yeah, they all do it. It's not busy right now. Who cares? They didn't
Yep.
notice that he was gone for, like, 30, 40 minutes, more than he usually is. And I'm guessing he also, like, ditches the mask and everything, goes back into his normal outfit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is he gonna check what what message he got on his Raz watch.
He sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just casually sweating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's like uh I've had a couple different ideas for what this is gonna be, but I think it's just a message like from Bailey directly to him that's like, at the end of your shift today, come see me in my office.
Okay. Okay.
And there is like a little smiley face emoji at the end of it.
James screenshotting. Text this to Eggs. And also just, so, I might have fucked up.
Luke texting back like, what did you do?
I'm just imagining, like, he's on, like, his maybe, like, his longer break or something as he's texting Luke and just kind of the, finger push emoji. So... And he's just like, plausible deniability, but...
Yeah, I'm imagining this is like texting, not the Razwatch messaging system.
Oh yeah. It's just like, I can't tell you everything, but Bailey caught me sneaking somewhere I wasn't supposed to be.
Facepalm emoji.
He does like a sheepish shrug emoji back, and he's just like, I thought I was better at sneaking. Apparently, I'm not 100% yet.
Luke texting back like, can you come up with a good lie as to why you were there?
Another finger push emoji. Well, you could say I was emulating past habits when she caught me. And no, it wasn't knife emoji, it was cape emoji.
I'm just picturing, like, back at the apartment, Luke is, like, giving a deadpan stare at the phone screen and showing it to Handy, who's giving a deadpan stare at the phone screen. And then just, like, they're just like, neither of them knows what to do about this.
Good thing James is gonna ask, so would you be okay with, like, coming with me to, like, stand be around the office just in case I need to call for help?
And you get a text back like, yeah, of course. Also, Handy says try telling her it was your Halloween costume.
Sammy, no, not Sammy, James is just like, yeah, I guess. Oh man. Ugh.
Do we want to now jump to the end of James's shift?
Yep. Yep. And like James is just Luke and Handy can obviously tell James is nervous and also a little sheepish, but mostly nervous because consequences for my actions. Oh no.
Yeah, I think Luke is like wearing his uniform because like his shift starts in a little bit, but he's, stopping in to make sure James doesn't get to make
Murder.
sure that James is okay first. And probably like holding James's hand to try and reassure him as they stand outside the door to Bailey's office.
Mm-hmm. I will say, like, James probably will go in alone, but he wants Luke to be right outside the door just in case he starts screaming.
Yeah. And like, as you guys are standing out there, like, Bailey's actually not inside at the moment. As her own shift is ending, she walks up to the door and she's like, "Oh, hi, X. I wasn't expecting to see you here. And hi, James. I hope I won't take up too much of your time with this little talk."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We just usually meet at the end of my shift, so he decided to come with me for moral support.
Aw, how cute. Hopefully this won't take too long.
Yep, hopefully not.
And she opens the door and heads into her office, and James can follow.
James kind of squeezes Luke's hand.
Luke squeezes
And
back.
kind of just smiles at Luke before going inside.
Would you like to roll a perception on Bailey's office?
Boy, would I. If I can get the numbers right. 7. That is an 18 in perception.
18. Yippee! So I feel like the first thing you'd notice is that it is very colorful and very cluttered in here. Like, there is the standard issue, like office desk, office chair, a couple plastic chairs in front of the desk for people she's talking to. But like, pretty much everything else has been covered in colorful stuff. There's like a rainbow desk mat. There's a bunch of posters of PartyPlex characters. There's shelves of like stuffed animals and tchotchkes and figurines and like pillows on all the chairs. And basically, this place has been crammed full of stuff and personality. And it is almost entirely rabbits. There is a lot of Rylan merchandise, there's merchandise of various other animatronics, and then there is some non-PartyPlex rabbit stuff.
James internally is just looking at all of this and going, so I can't actually prove anything right now, but no, I'm pretty sure she's the Rainbow Rabbit.
This place sure is rainbow and rabbit.
Yep. And he's not stupid. This is her blatantly shouting out to the world in like set design.
Oh.
It's all circumstantial, so he can't prove shit. But
it's another little note in his suspicions. Or kind of a big note, probably.
Yep.
And she like sits at her desk and like, you know, sort of gestures for James to take a seat across the desk from her.
He rarely does. He's kind of hoping that his wariness will kind of just be chalked up to, hey, yeah, he did try to stab you once, so he's always kind of been wary and nervous around you.
Yeah. And she's like, "So, I know we got off to kind of a weird start, and you don't really like me for whatever reason, but I like to check in with all the security guards every so often. So, how's it going?"
Going good.
That's
He did
good.
have to take a leave of medical absence, though.
Yeah. That's good. Recovered well from, well, I mean, I can't pry into details, but I know from whatever required that leave, you're back in back in good shape.
It was a dirty 20 in deception. So like the most he does is like his jaw kind of firms a little bit, but he doesn't look angry.
And with a 17 insight, yeah, he doesn't seem angry. Well, I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear that you're doing better again. Always best to have as many security guards as we can in good shape to, keep an eye on things.
Nods.
Hmm. Speaking of which, I did see something pretty strange today. Um, in the employee tunnels, you haven't been sharing your employee access with anyone, right?
Trying to think of how to respond to this. James kind of like tilts his head a little bit and goes, not intentionally. And I'm just gonna roll to see if James can be convincing enough. Oh, that's a 12. Okay.
Was that persuasion or deception
That
or?
was deception.
Alright, I'll roll insight. Nat 1.
Oh, so Jay, I'm gonna roll hammer space, though. Really quick. See if he fumbles. Okay, he does not fumble. And he kind of makes a show of searching for something in his hammer space and comes out with like a rubber chicken and goes, the spot I keep my security identification,
I'm gonna cut you off. It's on your Razwatch. It's all Razwatch based.
oh darn it. Okay. Never mind then. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so he's just pretending that no one's used his identification. The mysterious person she met was totally not him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's like,
Like he hasn't intentionally been letting anybody in,
mm-hmm.
which is kind of, if you look at it from a certain frame of mind, is true.
Mm-hmm. And I think she's like, well, it's the strangest thing. I was patrolling in the employee tunnels today, and I had a brief encounter with some masked intruder that I could have sworn sounded very similar to you. Hmm.
Okay, let's roll again to see if he can sell his surprise.
Ooh, it's a
Okay,
tie,
that
so
is
higher
a
modifier
tie.
wins. James
Okay,
just barely squeaks by on this
barely
one.
squeaks by. Like, huh, that's interesting. Well, I'm from Gotham, so maybe someone was voice modulating my voice.
Voice modulating? I'm not sure I know how that works.
Yeah, it's pretty common over in Gotham. Actually, a lot of the vigilantes use it. It's like an enchanted box that will change the sound of your voice,
Hmm.
and that is pretty common knowledge for if you look in like Gotham, like about information for the vigilantes.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit concerning. I know we've had a couple reports of some illusionists in the building. I figured it might have been one of them impersonating you.
James shrugs. Well, actually, I'm gonna roll deception to see if he can actually like keep his tensing about illusionists down. Okay, so that was a dirty 24.
Yeah, there's no way Bailey can beat that with her +1 insight. Yeah, 9.
Alas.
So how does James come across? Like a normal amount of surprised about there being illusionists, or?
Well, first off, he doesn't like tense. Like, illusionists, trauma there. But like he just kind of blinks and raises his eyebrows, like, because as far as he's aware, have there been any security posts about illusionists?
I'm not sure off the top of my head, because the two big things were Joust a Dream and um the more recently chorophobia. And I don't know that chorophobia would
Mm-hmm.
have, you know,
Yeah, yeah. James did not want to report chorophobia.
So let me check Joust a Dream's page real quick, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jackie was there and was doing some security. Yeah, so it looks like it wasn't like a widely reported thing to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Jackie did tell
So yes.
HQ about it, but Harlequinette about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's reasonable to assume that James wouldn't know about it.
Yeah, so he just kind of raises his eyebrows and it's like, huh. He shrugs. Well, I mean, that could be an illusionist imitating my voice, but that's just my experience from living in Gotham.
Yeah, keep that on the down low, maybe. I know management, uh, is already worried about, you know, bad word getting out about the Rainbow Rabbit, and don't need everyone worrying about, you know, uh, potentially sinister magicians casting illusions too. Uh, it's a whole mess, but we're working on it, trying to beef up security a little bit to deal with that better. Um, but yeah, not something that everyone has to worry about. That the public needs to worry about, you know. uh,
There's just kind of. He gives her a nod.
hmm, maybe we should start
His
having.
reaction's kind of calm.
Hmm Maybe we should start having people patrol in duos. You know, harder to uh harder to get away with stuff when we're using the buddy system, right? hmm.
Buddy system is a good idea, yeah. Internally, he's going, what are you planning, Bailey?
I mean, we don't have as much security staff as I'd like for that to work, but if we are having people impersonating our own guards and employees on the areas, it might be something, it might be a necessary measure.
He nods. This is fair and totally valid reason for doubling up. Totally. Not so they can be picked off two at a time.
Hmm. Well, glad to confirm that that wasn't actually you, running around,
Yeah, that would be pretty stupid, huh? Like, he kind of gestures at his face in previous scars. I'm not exactly, vigilante material. They get into some really crazy stuff, at least from what I've heard over in Gotham.
Oh, geez, I hope we're not at the point of attracting vigilantes. I know we have our problems, but I think we've got at least trying to
I
have a
think we'd be
handle
able
on them
to.
ourselves.
I think we'd be able to handle it in house. He does a little shrug.
Yeah, that's the that's the hope. All right, well, I'll let you get going. I know you've had a long enough day already. Um, yeah, don't hes-
He will.
mhm.
Oh,
Don't hesitate to let me know if you see anything weird or have any suggestions.
right. I will remember that. Thanks, Bailey. Sorry we got off on the wrong foot. I'm gonna roll deception because he's not sorry at all. Well, he is kind of sorry, but he's not sorry to the point of being genuine for an apology. Wait, nope, that is okay. Well, that is a nat one. I was supposed to do a 5, but it doesn't matter. That was a nat one.
Oh yeah, if
So
that's
you
a
can
that
just
one, yeah.
she can totally tell he's lying through his teeth and just trying to be polite.
What's she gonna do about that? Hmm.
And like I think also with that nat one, she can tell that he does not trust her at all.
I think she decides to like turn up the. Hang on, let me roll something for her. Let me roll her deception. Yeah, a much better 19. You can roll insight against it, but she just turns up the cheer and grins at him and is like, "Oh, it's all in the past. As long as we're able to work together for the good of the PartyPlex, that's what matters, right?"
That is a dirty 27.
Holy shit. Yeah. He can tell she is still bitter about, him trying to stab her. And, yeah, not so willing to just, put it aside for the common good, but, like, isn't going to pick a fight about it.
Like I'm imagining like he's kind of like paused to turn to look at her and like hand on the doorway on the door frame kind of just smiles at her and goes, "Yeah, we can work together for the good of the PartyPlex." But like his eyes are, you already know he has dead eyes. There's no eye light reflection in there. The gaze is a little bit worse. It's a little bit darker. Yeah, they can work together for the good of the PartyPlex, but as soon as she steps out of line, like there may be like he hasn't said anything, but he knows. He just can't prove it yet.
Oh. She gets that from him with her insight?
Yep, because he got a nat 1 on his deception on keeping his thoughts.
Then with his 27 insight, he'll see like as he says that, like, her smile and cheery expression sort of freezes in place and goes a little bit flat, and she's just like watching him very. I cannot think of the word, so I'm gonna have to talk around it.
Carefully?
hmm Not quite carefully, but like scrutinizing. Like,
Calculating?
what?
Calculating?
Maybe, yeah. Very just like, uh, oh, I'm going to have to be careful around you. I'm going to be keeping an eye on you.
Well, that kind of sensation of keeping an eye on is very much reflected back as he kind of just smiles a little tighter and pats the door frame and goes, "Nice talk," and then slips out the door.
Yeah. And Luke is waiting outside for him, like, a little bit worried. Because, like, Luke could probably sense James getting mad and worked up near the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, so how did it go?
He kind of clicks his tongue a little bit and goes, "Well, on the surface, it all went great."
And,
He's very quickly walking them both away from the office.
Well, you didn't get fired at least, then, I assume, right?
Nope, that one worry is not on the table right now.
Alright, we can talk about it more at home then.
Yeah, we're really gonna need to talk more about it at home. Gives Luke's hand a squeeze.
Luke squeezes back.
Oh, something I can let you know about is Bailey's thinking about doing partnered patrols for people.
Oh, well, that sounds like a good idea, considering, well, it sounds like a good way to avoid a repeat of certain recent events.
Yeah, but he kind of glances back a little bit. Doesn't mean we should get complacent.
Of course not. I just don't want you going through something like that alone again.
That turns James into mush. He just turns back to look at Luke and smiles, his expression all soft and gooey.
Oh. Luke squeezes his hand.
With you by my side, I don't think that's ever gonna happen again.
Not if I can help it now.
James is like so out of his angy vigilante mode now. He is just soft and squishy and in love with his boyfriend. There might be a few hearts that leak out of him, just drifting slowly to the floor.
Aww.
A little snack for Nova.
I feel like Luke softly laughs a bit and is like, well, it seems you're feeling better at least.
Yeah, you always make me feel better, Lou. Said soft.
I'm glad I can do that for you.
Yeah, there's just a few more hearts that leak out as he smiles and squeezes Luke's hand and goes, "I hope I can do the same for you, Lou."
Oh, you definitely do, Jaybird.
Here's a little happy wiggle as they're walking.
Yeah. I feel like Luke walks James to the doors to leave for the night. Make sure Bailey
Mm-hmm.
doesn't accost him again. And then is like,
Uh-huh.
go home and get some sleep, okay, Jaybird? And then we'll talk when I get back.
I will. Wake me up when you're back.
Luke nods.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll perception to see if anybody is close by. Mm, 7.
I'll roll
Okay, that's an
for
11.
I'll roll for Luke as well.
Good.
Because I'm guessing this is Kiss with no one watching.
Oh.
Oop, that's in that one.
Yep, kiss with no one watching. But I'm also going to roll stealth because James is going to hide Luke.
So Handy got a dirty 21. And is
That was
like,
a 19.
Yeah, Handy's like, alright, the coast is clear, you fucking lovebirds.
With that, James kind of hides Luke's face with jacket, gently moves mask, and smooch.
Ah, Luke kisses him back.
He very much has to force himself to like not keep smooching Luke because they have James has to go get some sleep.
Luke has to
And
work.
Luke has to work.
The curse.
The curse. So yeah, he does keep it restrained to one kiss, but like and the kiss back. But
yeah.
Oh, it's so obvious he wants to do more if they didn't have responsibilities.
And Luke is smiling at him as he pulls the mask back into place and like squeezes James's hand one more time. And is like, I'll be back home before you know it, alright?
I know. And I'll make sure the kids all get settled in for the night.
Thanks.
Looking forward to you getting back home, though.
Me too.
Yep, and then he kind of just finally does a final squeeze of Luke's hands and will be heading out away from the PartyPlex.
Yep, and Luke heads back inside to do his shift.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for today.
Uh-huh. Huh.
Some things
Thank you
sure
so much.
happened.
Yeah, they sure did. They sure did. I am so glad we got to do this.
Yay! Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks to all our listeners now and in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Bye!
Bye-bye.